Welcome back to Windermere Fantasy Online, the Cypher System game where they are trapped in an MMO, or are they? Let's review what happened last time when bad things happened, and we're gonna get everyone back on track and figure out exactly what we're doing. So last time we started out with the fact that we did our recap for last time, and then Thank You Very Much started going and just off with the vulgarity, is like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fucking right, and stuff like that, before next thing you know, his mouth got all like pixelated and he was temporarily banned for vulgarity, at which point he was removed, and he will be rejoining us shortly.
I forgot I wasn't there last time.
Yeah, you weren't here last time, so I each time I'm like sending you off to like PC jail for like a different reason. This time it was for vulgarity.
Sounds about right.
So then the Queen brought everyone in and thanked you, giving you all titles. Don't worry, Thank You Very Much is still getting his title and stuff like this in hindsight and stuff like that. Royale with Cheese originally asked for a special title of the Mad King, but the Queen was reluctant due to the fact that you don't have a kingdom and such. And eventually you settled on the Mad Titan. So
You're
Royale with Cheese,
right.
You got the title of Mad Titan, and everyone else just got like Lord or whatever. Lordship.
And I kept the crown.
And you what?
Forcefully. Kept the crown.
She's like, whatever, we'll get a new one. So then, you guys decided you were going to go out, enjoy the celebration and stuff, but KFG decided he was going to go off on his own to meditate and contemplate, and I don't know, like contemplate his navel or something like that, and just go doing his own thing. Little did you know, of course, he was going to read Patrice's journal and kind of figure out the skinny of everything, which we will get to in a moment. But other things happened first. First of all, as you were wandering around town, you met up with Bert, which was random NPC that Emmett came up with, or talking with Adam kind of came up with on the fly. But he's a thing now. He was the guy that sells half-rotten pumpkins. And maybe at one point cabbages as well. But Bert was the guy that sells half-rotten pumpkins. And through the course of the next couple of events, he managed to sell his entire stock, because Royale with Cheese had a cook-off challenge with the Royal Chef. Also, apparently doing it shirtless the entire time, because you like ripped the shirt. You're like, let's do this. And then had a cook-off where you had to make the perfect souffle, and you were making pumpkin souffles because of the half-rotten pumpkins from Bert. It was a very close battle, but Royale with Cheese did manage to pull off the win thanks to like the cheers and everything from his friends, especially Emmett, and you were able to get that little bit of a boost, and it came very close. Very, very close, but you did just manage to eke ahead of the royal chef, and he was so impressed, he's actually offered to give you like legit chef training in the palace whenever you want, which is pretty cool. Gluckster, meanwhile, was in the crowd doing Gluckster things, trying out his new magical item that lets him remotely do some pickety-pocketing. And he decided to focus on a noble at first with several various guards around him. Gluckster did this invisible hand thing from afar, and it didn't go so well. One of the guards did notice that the like coin purse is being lifted off the noble, who was oblivious, and like caught it midair. Thankfully, because it was at a distance using this magical item, Gluckster was not caught. He just kind of like did the whole like look away, arms crossed whistle thing, and none's the wiser. Even though you didn't get the coin purse, they didn't know it was you, although they knew there were some shenanigans up, so you kind of just gave it a pass for a little bit. Then, finally, the whole group met up again with KFG, who was definitely shaken by something. But before he could say anything, you guys decided to do the same thing for Bert that you did with Bernard the Orc, writing up a special contract, giving him the full awakening to near player status as part of the guild. You granted him a status within the guild, an emblem, and the pumpkin rind armor that you got from the Pumpkin Knight, from the fight like way back from the newbie village.
Yes.
He took all his stuff, and that's when you could hear him like go back off into the town itself. You could hear like the squeaky wheel, like the beep, 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 beep. Like off he goes. That's when we start getting into the heavy shit. See, KFG got the group alone and shared what he had learned. That the world you are all in is not what you thought. You assumed this was like a VR video game and you were just trying to find a way out to get back to your lives. But come to find out that at the end of the universe, when all the stars had long ago vanished and all that were left were the giant mega black holes from long dead galaxies, a final civilization had digitally captured the data for all the life forms and civilizations they could find from the lifespan of the universe inside of a giant machine powered by these black holes. The life forms and civilizations were separated by barriers to keep them from disturbing each other. And on occasion, the programs that were tasked with managing the machine would reset certain areas that keep them from moving too far away from their original designs so that the civilizations could be preserved. However, one of these master caretaker programs, the one that you know as Marco, was made a little differently. He was the source of chaos to try and keep everything moving and fresh, but his programming was a little too strong. One by one, he destroyed and absorbed all of the other caretakers except for the one you knew as Patrice. In the journal, you were told that Windermere Fantasy Online may not be the only recording of human civilization, and that maybe there's another copy of the real Earth out there. But for now, all you know is Windermere Fantasy Online, and it's the only one that exists for sure, at least in your mind. And Marco is currently trying to bring down the walls between the sections of your new digital world, to let all the civilizations in the history of the universe collide and compete with one another. Patrice granted you portions of her powers in the past, and in reality was actually making you like her. You were becoming caretakers. Although you do not yet have the master access codes to fully embrace that role yet, you need to find an access node to do so. And in this region, there is only one. Deep within the dungeon, known as the Caverns of Darkness, is an access node. And you know Marco will be heading there now as well to escalate his power. You imagine the only reason he hasn't gotten there yet is because of his weakened condition after you kicked his ass last time. He needs to build power and raise help to get there. But it is only a matter of time before he could do this. Whomever can reach the access node first, with a key, like Bug, your glitchy dog, will gain access to the main code, and then the real changes can begin. And that's when my computer blowed up and we had to end session early last time, so that's kind of what we're in the middle of now. That's where you is. It is still late at night. You guys are conversing, and I'm going to say at this point, because it's nice and easy to do, that thank you very much. You are popped back in with your group because they would pop you back in general relation to where the people you were partied with were. And you have been unsilenced from the server, albeit with a warning on your account.
Another warning or just a first one?
This would be second. I'm going to say they didn't give you a warning for the first time with the name. That was just a name change that was needed. This is going to be your first official warning on the server.
Okay.
And that's where we is. So you guys are still sort of standing. Actually, I think, were you talking the street or did you go to the shop? I forget.
I think we went to the shop.
We were in the shop.
Your shop. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's like, once again, it's pretty late. You're in the shop, and you had just discussed this like heavy shit. And that's where we are picking ourselves up. What's up?
Well.
So welcome back to the meeting, Billy.
Billy.
Emmett, maybe you should. Oh God.
How did I get in trouble? But Like, Royale swears all the time, and I'm the one who gets in trouble?
You
Billy?
were doing it a lot consecutively, and I think it was because I reported you a few times.
What the hell?
I've been trying to turn on these parental controls and figure things out. I think I might have told on you.
Billy,
Reported your own son. That's
I do it.
come on, Emmett.
Come on, guys. Emmett doesn't know the system well enough to be able to report somebody.
Cursing is unbecoming.
We'll see what happens next.
We didn't teach him how to report people yet. I know we've been teaching him the system, but
guys, I understand Billy cursing is kind of important, I guess, but maybe we should catch him up.
It's a lot of information to drop on a kid.
Well, he's got to live here with the rest of us, so figure it out.
I mean, you're his dad, kind of, I think.
He's got to know, man.
Well,
I don't know. My
I'm
view on
definitely
reality is
that.
kind of shattered at the moment.
He's got to know the truth, man.
What, he's not my dad?
Billy,
I'm adopted? Yes!
You being adopted wouldn't shatter my view on reality. In fact, I almost kind of think it might be. Never mind.
Royale with cheese takes KFG aside while Emmett explains things.
Yep.
I'll boogie off with them too. So Emmett can.
So Emmett, you just kind of go to the side and like fade to black, like reiterate everything we just covered.
yeah, and like I would try to be as comforting as I possibly can be. I would do it in slow chunks, like not drop everything all at once, kind of lead into it over like 10, 15 minutes of like, who do you want to be in the future? Well, the thing about that is, and I would explain that the same hope, I would try to express the same hope that Emmett has that we can get home. Whatever that might look like at the end gate is up to us, but
So where's Mom?
she could be there if you want. If you really, really want.
You could be there. He says to Emmett he says to Billy after last session, going, "We can recreate the world without that stupid bit."
He's never heard that.
That's back to Emmett saying it.
Yeah, or we could we could build whatever reality we want.
Well, yeah, it has to have Mom in it.
Does it?
Fucking Billy wants mom and no canoes.
I mean,
Emmett wants no mom and all canoes.
yeah, the only transportation is canoes.
I would lead through like the typical old man. It's time to grow up. Like it's time to be an adult. Because the other thing about creating a whole reality is we don't have to do it together.
Then you gotta stop treating me like a kid.
I can make a Billy who is my Bill, like my perfect Billy, and you can make an Emmett that is your perfect Emmett. Or we can do this together.
I don't know how I feel about that. That means you don't want me?
I want you.
No, you want your own perfect Billy. What the hell? What?
I'm saying that I'm doing this for you.
Yeah,
You
Billy's
don't
gonna
me.
storm off because that's huge, man.
You can make your perfect
Just like-
Billy. I'm not your perfect Billy.
I would have framed it like as I'm a bad dad.
Okay.
That like you're not you could have a better Emmett. That if you would prefer not me, then that's an option that you have.
Oh, family guilt. That's not toxic.
Just leave me alone.
Take as much time as you need. And when you need me, I'll be here. And if you need to, please lean on the other guys because they care about you immensely.
So
Billy's
meanwhile,
gonna like flop down and sit down and just like stare out.
I'll sit
flop down
near,
in the
but
corner.
like not talk.
So like KFG, Gluckster, and Royale with Cheese are in like the other half of like the room. Like, what are you guys like doing? Chit chatting, planning.
They immediately get to the corner, and Royale's like, "Oh man, Emmett's gonna fuck that kid up."
Yeah.
No comment.
KFG, I know this is a lot. It's really heavy, and I know for being as young as you are, leadership has already been the big role, but we need to talk about our next move.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot more than I signed on for, but you know me, I don't back down, so what are you planning? What are you thinking?
We need to get to the node before Marco does. We're under the assumption right now. We're under the assumption right now that he knows about the node, but may not be in a state to do something about it. Maybe.
We should probably assume that he knows everything we know, and maybe more.
Well,
Man, it doesn't
Yes.
matter what he knows. We got him the first time. What's gonna happen the second time? Boom, bam, bah.
the thing he lifts up his book, like pulls his book out of his inventory and says, some of his memories are contained in here, so we know for a fact that there's things that he doesn't know. We
That's
just
fair.
don't know what that is.
Right, makes sense, yeah.
He likes big cheese, so it's got to be some big stuff if he doesn't know it.
I mean, should we full send and go for the node and just try and beat him there? The more we wait, the more likely it is he's going to get there, you know?
I can tell you that I am ready and behind you, but I can't speak for anybody else.
I mean,
I'm with you, fellas. We should make a move. Like, we should even leave right now, like tonight.
you want to leave tonight?
Agreed.
Okay. Let's see how Emmett and Billy feel about that. Are you sure you guys don't want to do any quick shopping before we go? We've got everything. I mean, I've got the guild bank basically, you know, with us in the little remote, so if we forget anything, we got stuff.
I think I've gotten a really good hang of this wild magic ability, and so far it's been pretty damn handy.
I shouldn't have to stop anywhere. I think I'm good too.
All right. Well, I
Got
mean,
the
we've got
Quizzy.
Bert watching the shop now, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, and BCBC, I think they came up with us, but they might have gone back to Abiradar to finish their vacation. I think the 4 or 5 of us can clear a dungeon, no problem. We'll just send a message that we're heading out and just go.
I think I'm gonna do a final prep. Shuffle out a couple spells, but other than that, I'm raring to go.
All right. We'll give everybody like 30 minutes or whatever, half an hour, however long you need. Yeah, you know, gather your shit, whatever you need, say your goodbyes, and we'll head out. I'll let the other guys know.
And yeah, I'm gonna need, call it 4 new ciphers, please.
4? Got it.
Yes, please. Yeah.
You got your cipher thingies there.
Okay, hold on. I'm just yeah. Oh, can you? I just got rid of Hellbent. Can you rotate that one, please?
Oh yeah, sure. Sure. Let's remove Hellbent. Let's give you something other than Hellbent then.
And I feel like Royale would get rid of it in the way like he's like now like going through like different spell sigils and sees the one for Hellbent and he's like, "Nah, saw that one." Like skips to the next one.
Not that one. All right, there's an energy boost in there right now.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay.
With Billy back,
Oops.
we're at full strength. We shouldn't have a problem. At least I hope so. It's taking a while up there. I mean, it must be going into like great detail.
I don't know. It's probably more awkward than having like the birds and the bees conversation with your kid.
Yeah.
How do you explain to them that reality is not what you thought it was?
You're like a trillion-year-old. That's pretty heavy, man. I still don't even know. Poor kid.
Are they even technically related?
That's a fair question. Is Billy even actually a kid? Like, if we're all trillions of years old, it's just data, right? So, like, fucking. I mean,
yeah.
So scratching his head.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
That's why that's why I'm like not gonna have that conversation. No, you guys.
Existential weirdness. Yeah, I mean, it's at that point you see like Billy sit down in the corner with the harumph, and then like Emmett, I'm assuming, is kind of like wandering back to you guys.
No, I'd stick around, Billy.
I stick around, Billy. Okay. Well, you see them like they stopped talking, so like it's that whole thing where it's like, all right, we're not giving them extra space now.
KFG would head over to the pair while RWC's doing his magic stuff and basically be like, all right, guys, we're going to the dungeon in like an hour to try and beat Marco before he gets there. So if you got anything you got to do.
Yep. We're going tonight?
Yeah.
Traveling through the night.
Time is of the essence.
Did you plan out the route?
Can we portage there?
I don't know. Let me look at the map.
All right.
Are you two good and ready? Like,
well,
you're not hurt?
I can only speak for myself. Billy's his own person. Billy.
Wait, even if we don't have like a river path there, we can sky portage with your ability, right?
We can.
It's water now.
We definitely can.
You can canoe.
Looks like there is water up
want.
there. I love that.
We have to go to the Caverns of Darkness.
The Caverns of Darkness is it.
Well, why couldn't they just name it like the Cavern of Butterflies or something? I don't know why they have to name these places like this.
Hey, that sounds really intimidating, man.
Why do they have to name
the
it
Cavern of Butterflies?
Yeah, man. Have you ever had butterflies before? Like, oh my god. I just imagine going through a dungeon with butterflies in your stomach the whole time. I would be so uncomfortable, dude.
Can butterflies even attack you? Do they bite?
No, I think he means like butterflies, like the feeling, you know? Like when you're going down like a roller coaster and you get butterflies in your stomach.
Oh, I thought you meant like the animal.
I mean, maybe it's both. Maybe you have butterflies in your stomach, but they're actual butterflies.
Okay, I'll get on the outskirts of town. I'll start setting up the canoes.
So you know,
Billy.
normally if you were to walk there, it would take you about like 2 hours, but because you got the canoe thing, you could probably get there in about an hour.
I'm gonna be helping Emmett.
Okay.
Billy, are you gonna come with us and try to solve this whole crazy thing?
You muted again, Buddha?
Fuck's sake.
Billy's giving you the cold shoulder, man.
Billy's gonna sit there still looking kind of confused and just in his mind and all that. He actually doesn't answer right away.
Billy's gonna lean down and put his hands on, or Billy. Tad is going to lean down and put his hands on Billy's shoulders and look him in the eyes and say, "Listen to me, kid. I understand you're really confused right now. You just took a lot of information, but we're still on a quest, and we've got something to do, and we can't do it without our tank. So I need you to get up and get ready."
They need you.
I want him to say it. I'm going to point to Emmett.
I need you.
You actually do, or are you just saying that?
Since we've been in here, I've watched you take many, many hits. And when I fell over that floorboard and twisted my ankle, I wasn't really faking. That really hurt, and that was such a simple thing. You are a million times more resistant than I am. And I don't
Jamie's
just mean
gonna
about the armor.
He's gonna stand up and be like, "You're a little reckless, Billy. The one time we went to the bar, that guy gave you apple juice instead of orange juice, and you tried to fight him, and he threw you around a little bit."
Wait, what?
What?
You
No,
remember
the bartender ripped me off.
Oh God. Okay. We leave in like fucking 10.
I'm ready to go, man.
Yes, 10 minutes. I'll be gearing up the canoes. Come on, Royale. Let's
Yeah.
or
let's
sorry,
go.
Mad Titan.
That's fucking right.
At Titan?
That's
Yeah,
right.
we all got like knighted. I'm Sir Emmett Ernest Tyson. The
Billy
third.
wasn't there. Are you? Is Billy a lordship?
No, Billy got his title.
Yeah, each of you got
Yeah,
like a
check.
little pin for it or something, and they gave you an extra one for a tank.
Yeah, here. Little pin. I don't know what it says. What does it say? You read it.
I don't know. What does it say?
I don't know.
I'll
hand it to you
it's
I think we all just got regular lord titles.
Yeah, it's
but
like- it's
then
like a
RWC
lordship
wanted
title.
a special.
yeah, it's like a lordship title. You're nobility now. It's a writ of nobility.
Lord Billy. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of people around town calling me Mad Titan. I'm pretty popular these days.
You want a cooking competition?
I still smell those pumpkins, man.
I like to imagine that we're like famous enough that we all have our own little fan clubs now.
The guild's just getting where the
Word's getting around.
merchant
You're doing
tower's
some shit.
growing.
You're shaking things up.
Yep.
Oh,
10
and
minutes.
we achieve like the Orcs of Peace are recognized as members of the guild and allies to the people now, right?
Yep.
Because that was like an actual like side quest that I had written down here.
I believe we had that conversation with the queen.
That was one of your
Yeah.
demands, was that the Orcs of Peace were like allowed in the city and recognized by the crown.
Guys, we like actually completed one of the things we set out to do before all this fucking craziness happened.
We completed a few things. We also found out the secret to the noise,
Yeah.
The farm baron.
and yeah, we got rid of the farm baron.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
celebrations were short-lived, but we got a task ahead. We can celebrate some more after we kill Marco. Beat him up again.
So you guys have set up your canoes. You've got the 2 canoes, which is more than enough for both of you and your pets and your friends. You set up both canoes and like outside of the town because they prefer you not like fly the canoes in town. Because
Yeah, of course, it's
you
unsafe.
do leave like this like river of water behind you. Like the water just doesn't disappear; it just falls to the ground. They don't want you
Just
just
fucking
like flooding
soaking
their
random
chimneys.
people.
Yeah, just fuck, it's the heroes again. Yeah, they don't want that. So they do ask that you like, if you're gonna do your aerial canoeing, that you do so outside the town. But you have set up, you've got the little like jar thingy. And yeah. I do think there was a depletion rate for that canoe jar thing.
I think there is.
Well, the good thing, if there's ever a drought,
He wouldn't have
That's
to use
true.
it this time, though, right? Because we just need to be able to get upriver to the
1 on a D20.
like. There's already a river going to the caverns.
Oh, do you want to
Yeah, I
try and
think we're
paddle upriver?
No, it'd
Because you're going to
definitely
be
be
going
better.
upriver, remember, not downriver,
It would be faster to use
against the current.
this river
Okay.
in a jar. But
Okay.
I do ask, and I pull out of the canoe helmets, and then everybody wears helmets and life jackets just in case.
I'm not taking my crown off.
and I already wear a helmet.
That's right.
KFG here.
Jamie already has the vest on. He's like standing up at the edge of the canoe, like ready to
Put it this
fight.
way. If I fall out, I'll just fly.
Okay. Just want everybody to be safe. And
Yeah, I'm gonna be standing the whole time.
I can literally breathe underwater.
I'm gonna stand up, but if I fall out, I got this vest and the helmet to protect me. Thanks, Emmett.
Well, with that, that means that you are going to be able to get yourselves to the place within about an hour, actually. You pull the canoes up to the local area, kind of like park them off to the side. The actual, like, the jar thing for the canoe, for the creating the river, you can put back in your inventory. Just like you like do the little swipe thing, it like disintegrates, disappears back into your inventory. But when you kind of park off to the side and you head up to what is supposed to be the entrance to the Caverns of Darkness. Now, the entrance is set up in the sides of the mountain, but there's supposed to be these like ruins. It looks like whoever created or designed the locale had this like ruined like stone village thing here that doesn't have anything in it. And you see some like leftover, like burnt out fireplaces from other adventurers that probably camped here before trying to tackle the dungeon. Although they seem to be like long run out of their fuel sources and just like they're on the like verge of despawning, that type of thing. And you go up and you've heard little bits and bobs about the fact that there are some mobs outside of the dungeon you might have to deal with and everything, except that there aren't. You look everywhere and it doesn't look like that long ago, but it looks like all of the mobs in the area were already dealt with. There's like bodies of these like undead, like skeletons and ghouls and everything just littered around the area. Like something has recently cleaned it out.
Royale turns and looks to KFG like he's already here.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. The mobs haven't even respawned yet though, so that's good. We just got here.
All
You
right,
think it's players, or you think it's Marco?
Definitely Marco.
100% Marco.
Oh, are we healed up and stuff?
Yeah, go ahead and reset yourselves. They had that last time because they spent so long. Like you've been out of it for a while. Like it's been over a day. So just like go ahead and reset everything, all your pools and stuff like that.
And I have Bug, right? So I give him back
You've
to
got
Billy.
Bug with you, yeah. Like he's like in your backpack or whatever, because you can't actually put him in like your remote inventory because he's not considered like an item.
Yeah.
He's not really considered an anything. So he's in like in your backpack. Every once in a while he'll like glitch out a little bit and like his ass end will like suddenly hang out like the bottom of the backpack, but like woof, 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 woof.
Yeah, I'll give Bug to Billy. And
I think he's safer with you at the moment
no, I think
because I'm gonna be up. If I'm gonna be up front with anything coming at me, I don't want Bug to get hurt.
Bug is your responsibility. Remember what happened the last time you left Bug with an old man and thought they'd be able to take care of it?
Yeah, but this time the old man is his old man.
I can't trust you. Then there's a problem.
What up, Royale?
I'm gonna give out some buffs.
Buffs.
Jamie, I'm gonna say, Jamie, come here, brother.
Roll it.
And I'm gonna touch your shoulder. Sorry, he's gonna place his hand over your eyes. Excuse me, sorry. He's going to put his hands over your eyes, and he'll say, "Now see where those who cannot see can see." Yeah, I think I got that right. And he's going to cast Cat's Eye on Gluckster.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you son of a bitch, you can actually do your subtle ciphers in other people.
I can give it to other people. That's right.
Yeah.
As he hits him, he'll like shake his head. Like blink a few times as he's like adjusting his eyes.
So now you can see in dark for the next 5 hours.
Gonna need it.
And then I'm going to
hours.
What?
It says 5 hours per cipher level, and it's level 3.
Oh, well, then for the next 15 hours.
Jesus, yeah,
There you go,
okay.
bro.
He's good.
Thank you, Matt Titan.
I'm going to place my hands on Emmett's shoulders
Okay.
and say, "Move swiftly, my friend." And for you, I'm going to cast Enduring Shield on you. For the next day, the user has an asset to speed defense rolls.
Whoa. Let's go.
I like
There
it.
we go.
That's 2 if the cipher is 5 or higher. Okay. KFG, do you use intellect?
Oh yeah. It's most of my spells and healing are intellect.
Okay, cool. For the next hour, you have 1 to your intellect edge.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who got the speed defense? Sorry, I had a phone call
That
there.
was Emmett.
That was
Okay.
Emmett. And then I can't cast these on you. So can I use my faster wild magic to restore those 3 spell slots? It'll take 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes for all of them? Yeah. Sure. Let's do that. We can do that. We can do that.
2 things. If I choose skill, can I choose an ish for like spending XP?
It has to be non-combat skill, actually. So it can't be it can't be in your attacks, defenses, or initiative.
Oh, because I was reading the thing. It just said attacks or defense. It didn't say anything about
Oh,
initiative.
it didn't say initiative? Oh, well, if it doesn't say initiative, then you can do initiative. I thought it was in with it.
No, the what is it here? XP, character advancement. Choose 1 skill other than attacks or defense, such as climbing, jumping, persuading.
Oh, well,
Sneaking
there you go. You
history
can
or
choose initiative then.
Yeah.
How many subtle ciphers did you need, Royale?
3, please.
Right. Helps if I'm going to do this to be smart so that I don't have to click the thing to identify. They should be in there now.
There we go. Please make sure to note whoever I gave buffs to, note it on your character sheet somewhere, because I will not remember.
And I'm going to use one if I can figure out how to use it.
There's no like use button. Like he was just showing people with like the alt click or whatever. But just like you can just like archive it. Just remember it's used.
I'm going to use that.
For the next day. Oh, it's the burst one. If they hit you, 1 point of damage.
Yeah, 2.
Oh, 2 points.
'Cause
It's
level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No roll required.
So if I get hit by anyone
That's 2 points.
anyone striking me. Yeah, it doesn't say ranged or melee though. So is it just melee?
Anyone striking the user receives a small burst of. It doesn't say. I'm going to say that's probably a melee thing.
Probably. I was trying to get
can't
away
see
with
that.
it.
Like if it was like a long ranged thing with like maybe like a whip or like a tentacle or something, then yeah, that makes sense. But I can't see like an arrow causing that to arc back. Yeah.
And now I am out of ciphers.
There you go. And while you're in the dungeon, don't forget you can like take a little time to like root around, see if you can find like manifest ciphers in the dungeon and stuff. You always have that choice. Okay. So you are at the entrance to the dungeon. You've got all these the bodies around there. They're slowly starting to poof away, like they're gonna start respawning soon. Do you enter the dungeon then? Yes.
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 Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
go
sorry.
first.
I thought you were saying as you enter the dungeon.
No,
My
no.
bad.
Are you
I'm-
entering the dungeon? Okay.
100%.
Yes.
No, we're just gonna sit outside. No.
All right. Yeah, you're just gonna sit outside here.
Have a
Okay.
campfire.
Just gonna wait for Marco to come out.
Oh,
Let's smoke 'em up,
right.
guys.
And let's show what they can see as well. Okay, so you enter in the caverns of darkness. Now, the first area is automatically fairly well lit. There are torches and some like light shining in from like cracks in the ceiling and stuff like this. But you can tell from the various tunnels as you look deeper into this like labyrinthine maze ahead of you, the dripping of water, the half-finished mines areas, the rough tunnels, that there are going to be lots of areas around here that are probably going to be, as namesake says, fairly on the dark side. So it is going to be quite dark. And it was Gluckster had the ability to see in the darkness right now, right?
That's right.
Didn't say like how far or anything. It just said 15 hours.
Oh, we're just going to use this marked thing for now.
I'd imagine it's just like how far I can normally see, right?
I kind of gave it, like, add it to your character sheet that it's equivalent of like dark vision in D&D or whatever. They gave you 18 meters. Which honestly you won't need too much more than that.
I'd be looking around. Like hiding behind a tank.
Let's do our first hex map roll and see where this leads us. I am going to start at the top of the order that I have here. Emmett, can you get me 2d6, please? Let's see where we go.
Oh man, I just noticed the little spiders and freaked me out. I thought they were on my screen.
I thought they were like little black, like just clouds. They're spiders.
This
Dust sprites.
and this.
Yeah, just like stuff in the dungeons, you know?
All right. You got here. All right, Emmett. So you rolled there. Can you roll a d12 for me, please? 1. Okay, interesting. Oh, you started out pretty good, actually. That's not too bad. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me get this. So this, and we're going to cross this one out too. Awesome. So you guys venture forth into the dungeon. You take sort of like a side route and you climb through this area where it is, in pretty much every video game you ever played, they like kind of cheese out some of the loading screens by having that thing where like you turn sideways and like crawl through the crack type thing, but it's actually a loading screen. You do that in one of the side areas, and as you're doing so, you see like the area beyond you kind of like flicker for a second, like it's changing and loading. And it looks like you are suddenly transported much deeper into the dungeon, having bypassed one of the combat zones. Emmett actually found a peaceful way around one of the like tougher combat areas.
Nice.
So you got through it. Gluckster.
A loading screen in this day and age? Of all the things to save, are you kidding me?
Did we hear?
Are we in a fucking supercomputer right now? What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. What the fuck?
Are you telling me they recreated loading screens just because we had them back in the day? We didn't have them because we wanted them.
It would be something that would be specifically have like it was made. Like they would have had to have made the loading screen. Yes. Like that's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah. So Gluckster, I'm gonna get you to roll 2d6 for me as well, please. Let's see where you head to next. Quite the interesting start. 1, then 3. So 1, then 3. Wow. Okay, you guys, come on.
Skip to Maloo, my darling.
You're getting all the good shit right away. Like,
You're goddamn right.
goddamn right. Okay.
We're professionals.
Gluckster, can you roll a percentile for me, please?
That's just 100.
Yeah, D100. 17. Oh, what? No way. Roll a D6 for me, please.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck's sakes. No way.
That guy's good. I like that guy.
Okay. Well, you found one of the more interesting ones, at least. I like this. Let's go. Okay. Here, let you travel a bit. Let's change the background here. A quick one. All right. So you found, Jesus fuck, I'm not giving you that one yet.
I suggest keeping your helmets on while we walk through this dungeon because falling debris and unstable platforms might fall and, you know.
I'm not taking my crown off.
I understand that, Mad Titan.
What is going on? Oh, that was weird.
But have
There's
you
like 2
considered-
pictures.
And the screen was like...
We got
Yeah,
like double
it's
backgrounds.
It
Was
did
it
it
not-
on purpose. It did
Did it
it
not
to me
scroll to
too.
the new picture?
It did.
It's
Kind of, but it's like
two.
overlapped.
But I have 2 now,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it didn't scroll properly. Oh.
I think the dungeon's glitching.
Yeah.
Maybe it is properly. Dungeon glitch.
No, it
That
should
Windermere's out of beta, man.
Damn Marco and his fucking magic.
Yeah, I'm going to try it once more, and then if that doesn't work, I just won't switch them anymore.
Nope. Second one's gone.
Yeah,
It's good now. It's just
you might
one
just
picture.
have to do it twice.
And now it's just the one picture.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Just glitch out
It
the
was-
first time.
Like the bottom one changed. Oh, it did it again. I'm on 2 again.
Oh.
It's
Yep.
weird. The bottom one changes and then the side one scrolls in, but then when you hit it the second time, the one that scrolled in went away.
Huh. Oh, well, I guess I won't use that particular trick. I thought it would. On my end, it works fine. It just scrolls to the next scene. There's like different mods I can try. There's a different one I can try that just changes the background image instead of rotating through them. Maybe I'll try that one next time. Whatever. Okay. Caverns of Darkness. You got this bullshit. Because of course you did.
It'll be
okay.
like a minute my food's here.
Yeah. All right. So that was this one. So you guys, you head into a new area. Going through it is full of vines. Once again, this whole Caverns of Darkness thing, it's all very, very shadowy, very shady. You are getting into a new area that is much darker. There's less lights the further in that you go. Is there anyone that's actually lighting any sort of light sources?
if I even have one.
That's a good question.
We're going to the caverns of darkness, and none of us thought to bring
Have a single torch on.
Can I use my magic to kind of make light?
Well, you don't have a cipher for it or anything right now. It's a pretty simple spell type thing. I'll tell you what, I would let you do it as a player intrusion, but to be like, just try to
I don't
summon
have
the
any
chaos.
XP. Yeah, I don't have any XP, unfortunately.
All right. In
I
that
have
case,
a torch.
do
Does somebody want it?
you have a torch?
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Can I use my organics and my wood to make some torches?
Yeah, you could fashion a torch. I wouldn't even make you roll for it.
Nice. Yeah, so I'll spark up one of those and I'll pass one off to anybody who needs one.
Yeah,
I'll grab
they're
one
usually
for
made in
mine.
sets of 3s. So you've got a torch.
Yeah, I think KFG has a torch as well.
Mhm.
And KFG is a torch.
Gluttony can just see, so.
Yeah.
Really, you want a torch?
What?
I don't have any free hands.
That's fair.
True that.
I'll just stand behind him and hold the torch.
Okay.
So
So
when
the,
he
fa-
comes near me, I'll kick him.
the fact that you have torches means that you can actually see. I mean, Gluckster can already see to a degree anyways. He's seeing off in areas you aren't. But as you go in, you are able to actually see a little bit easier this way. And amongst the ruins and amongst everything else, it looks like it's just a fairly empty and vacant location. What I would like, however, is who would be the most likely person to be like probably searching around for any goodies as you're going along?
Me or Gluckster.
Yeah. I was going to say guaranteed Gluckster, especially with the extra vision.
Yeah.
That makes
I was
sense.
trying to steal and stuff.
Gluckster, I would like an intellect task for you, please. So something in the vein of like perception, looking around for shinies, that type of thing. If you have any appropriate skills for such things.
It'd just be defense, intellect?
No, no one's attacking you. Just like an intellect task.
Okay.
Or if you have like perception or anything that gives you perception or something.
Yeah.
No.
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 Detecting lies, he could.
I was going to say, is it lion?
No, it's not lion. Difficulty 1. That's not great. I mean, it is very shadowy here. It's hard to see stuff, things like this. Now, Tank also said he was looking out, so I'm going to give one more chance at this, one more roll. So Glux is going around, looking around at things, but Tank, you're the one that's kind of like heading forward past everybody. You're the one more likely to like literally trip over something. So Tank, I would also like an intellect task from you, please. Any sort of like perception, looking around. It looks like
Awareness?
You have an awareness, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Difficulty 1. All right.
Did I like give him the XP to reroll?
I'll allow it. You're kind of working together. Yeah.
Because I was going to do it on mine, but
Is better.
I'll deduct a 1.
All right. Go
Do you
ahead and
wanna do it again?
re-roll, Tank.
Tank.
okay.
I think I might see something there. I'm squinting.
I can't add to it this time though, right?
Oh, wait. I want to be able to add an asset. I have a way to help, I think.
Yeah, I'll
He
let you
comes up,
do
he's
it.
like, I think I see it too.
I'll let you like
So-
roll it from scratch so that you can add on any sort of assets or effort or anything you want.
I have 2 pieces of, or like 2 bits of magic chalk that I made that glow, that we made when we were exploring the
Yes.
yeah. I'm going to pull one of the pieces of magic chalk out, crumble it in my hands, and blow it around the room so that there's glowing dust around the room.
I like that. I will give that.
Okay.
That's creative.
Nice.
You're blanketing the room just with this glowing chalk. Just yeah. All right. So yeah, Tank, you're gonna get an extra asset from that, plus anything you add on to yours, plus obviously you're trained.
I could throw out.
Uh-oh. The team search combination.
Combo.
I'll have to use anecdote to train myself in persuasion or perception, and then encourage Billy. So you get an easement.
All right. So you eased it by another one. I'll allow it. Let's go. Teamwork.
Okay.
That's what Cypher's about.
I'll add one for my an effort. Since people are doing things. Come on, big money, no whammies.
8. That's a big difference. Yes. Actually, the 5 would have made it low.
I'm going to cast a cipher on him
Okay.
simultaneously with this called Let's Get Dangerous. And he is going to get a major effect on that roll.
Oh, you get a major effect on the roll regardless of what you get. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Okay. Well, you found this like little lockbox tucked under the stairs that you were like originally going to miss. Do you have any ideas of what you may want as a major effect before I throw anything out?
It's
Whoa.
just unlocked. It's not trapped. It's not and it's unlocked.
It's not a mimic. No, I have no idea.
You want to go with Platt's
Well, that's-
idea?
Increase
or
the
BHG.
size. Increase the size of the goods. Instead of a
That's a
small
good one,
box, it's a
too.
large box with stuff in it.
That sounds like a good idea.
Is that why
I'll
you
go
want
with
to go with it?
BHG's. Yeah, we'll go with BHG's idea.
Okay, all right. So you see the small box. You pull it out. You see the big padlock on the outside of it.
With the big box, right?
It's bigger than you thought it was. It seemed small at first, but then miraculously, as you cleared off the debris, it's much bigger than you thought it was going to be.
Do you want to let Jamie
shit.
try to do his criminal stuff on that?
Okay, Gluckster, can you open this?
Oh, that's a little farther, Emmett.
Well, I'm just playing to your strengths.
TWA, you're quiet for me. Have you at 200%?
Is this better?
A little bit.
Well, shit.
Like,
Yeah, you were a bit quieter today. I had to turn you up.
What is it again? Control something? Shift click?
It's
show some?
alt click.
Alt.
Alt click on the item or whatever you're trying to show.
Yeah, when all else fails, alt.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're using your tools.
Lock picking it.
Yep.
It says disable devices. I imagine like it's one at a time. I can't like disable the device
the tools
and
are
lock
letting
pick
you
it.
do it without like any hindrances or anything. So it's going to be a speed task, and if you have any skills that pertain, do it up.
I'll do the anecdote thing as well. Give him the easement.
Sure. Okay.
Ease by one.
Ease by one. So it's a
You got like
speed
quick hand
or intellect
some
task.
shit.
I'll let you actually choose. But 6. Oh, more than enough. You're fine. It opens up. No traps or anything. Just disables the lock and clicks open. And you've got. Yeah, I'm gonna move you guys around just a little bit just to put this.
I like popped it open and like pass it back to Billy.
There
Or like
you
showed
go.
everybody really, Link. You found it.
You guys got a ton more potions than I was originally going to give you, but that's just because of the thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
So now you should be able to
Chaos.
see in it. So there's a bunch of potions. There's some manifest ciphers in there. And there's a tome of forbidden knowledge.
I can see the loot pile, but I can see where everybody's clicking and I can see in there.
Yeah, like I can't see any tokens. Like I see Bruno, like Emmett here, Bruno, KFG, but I like if I hover over, I see the names, but there's tokens are invisible.
Yeah.
Right here, you see where my name is? Click right there. It's a striking item pile. and
It's
there.
because the image is over top of the other map layer. So like
you might have to do a refresh just because that map thing that whatever happened with the background image.
But if you do float there, it is there. Would probably be smart to refresh.
Hey, there looks like there's a fancy like magic book here. That might be something up your alley, Royale.
I do like books.
Yeah, it looks like it contains some like, magical knowledge. I don't know. Might
Yeah,
be
that's
good
okay.
for you.
Look at the cover, man. I don't even want to read what's inside. I'm not even gonna touch it.
I'm still waiting for the map to load.
Could just start looking at the other stuff. Rummaging around.
I've like turned off the map thing so it won't, even if I double click, it won't go to like the next image anymore and fuck up.
What is this? Oh hell yeah!
It just seems like,
Yep.
a good
Yoink.
wizard book. Yeah.
It does have a
Might
downfall.
get you some knowledge.
Remember, in the description, it shows
Oh,
a downfall.
that's why. Are you kidding me? The downfall is why I grabbed it so fucking quickly.
Didn't even read the good effects. The downfall was just like, yep.
Eldritch Madness, take.
He's the Mad Titan.
Are two of these subtle ciphers?
No, I just didn't have. I don't have them all like the pictures all flavored to show that they're manifest. They should all be manifest, I do believe.
Okay, I don't want them. Just take up space.
Yeah, because I'm slowly going through and like reflavor, like putting all to have the right images. The orange ones should be manifest ciphers. Oh no, I'm sorry. The ability boosters can be subtle.
Oh, then fucking I will grab one of those.
Yeah, the ability boosters are subtle. The other three are manifest.
Yeah, I'll grab the area boost. Bam.
So it's two. Technically they can be both. I just didn't put them as such. So you can use it as subtle.
Thank
You got a bunch of potions in there. You got some ciphers in there.
Hey, yo, I'll take the sleep inducer if no one's got any business with it.
Yeah, man, go for it.
I'm just gonna grab a potion of healing.
So am I.
I have to throw away one of the ciphers I have. Because I have 3 already.
Yeah, man, you want those mana pots?
Yeah.
I don't really need them. I think I got one on me. I'll take one of those recovery pots, though. Somebody else can have the other one.
I could use a speed one, if so no one else does.
Go for it.
I think I'll grab that curative, too.
Yeah, go for it.
The tome never depletes? What?
No, because it's only a one use. You learn the spells and you're done.
Oh, do I just
never
drag them to my
depletes, so that
abilities?
if you want to pass it around to everybody, everyone could get a little madness. Because once
It
you
won't
learn
let
the
me
spells,
open-
the tome is useless to you from that point on.
It won't let me open Eldritch Madness to see what it does.
Yeah, I know.
Can you give it to somebody else?
It
When they
does
get
not tell you
madness?
what Eldritch Madness is. What?
Well, so, but I get it if I read the tomb, right?
If you read the
The tome?
tome, you get Eldritch Madness. I'm not telling you
Royale
what
is
it
reading it
is.
immediately.
Oh,
I want those
okay.
abilities. So
All right, let's do this. Give me 1 second then. I think I'm going to take you guys off this screen. We'll just do the rest of this on the landing page in that area, just because like I don't want this to be glitchy for you guys. So is anyone taking either the solvent or the burst boost, or can we move on?
Can Plaid open up the bank and you put those in there? Or you can't store them?
There's ciphers.
You
Solvency's
can,
pretty
but
crazy.
bad things can happen.
9 feet, 9 cubic feet. We can destroy it.
Solvent's pretty good. I have 3 ciphers.
Yeah, I have 3 too at the moment.
Full up.
And you won't be able to store the boost, just the solvent.
I can't
Yeah,
use
maybe-
the boost, really.
Maybe just leave it behind then.
Okay.
The burst one?
Yeah, burst
I mean,
boost.
I have a spot I could take it.
If you can use it, go for it. If not, take the solvent, maybe.
Could have used it, then take
Kinda
this.
good.
Could have used that one, the boost, then take the solvent.
Well, it's only when I do an action for the boost.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a
Or,
booster type
an
cipher.
ability.
It's used in conjunction with something.
Yeah.
All right, moving on then. We're going to bring us back to the landing page. All right, and we will bring you guys to the center. In case combat happens. I almost hit save for some reason. I was like, Control S, let's save this. Wait, that's not how that works. All right. So in that case, you found some stuff and we're moving on. Let's see if you can roll something interesting this time, guys.
I'm reading the book.
Oh yeah, you're reading the book. Okay, yeah, let's give you some madness here. Let's give you some shit and spells. Royale with cheese. So first thing we got to do, we got to make sure in your abilities. There's a thing for turning spells on here and here somewhere. Or is it abilities? Spells. Yes. Oh, I see. We could just like designate it as spells. Not a problem. Okay. Equipment. Actually, let me turn this off for now. Where's that book? Tomb of the Forbidden Knowledge thing. Yep. So first you're going to get in Command Spirit. Do this here. Set it as a spell. Soul Interrogation. Here. Set it as a spell. So using the optional spell rules, that means that you in order to use these abilities, you have to use your recovery rolls to cast them.
Okay.
There's a special button under spells for use recovery roll to cast a spell.
Okay.
So it's not something you'll do often, but they're beefy fucking spells. I didn't give like little piddly light ones. Like there's some decent spells in there. They're like, some of them are like tier 5, tier 6. So, but you also gain Eldritch Madness, which is in your combat tab. So that is permanently, so that should be lowered to this. There we go. So your maximum when you like refresh your intellect and everything now is now 5 lower than it used to be on your intellect pool. But you also occasionally see like nightmarish things in the sidelines of your vision that vanish when you attempt to focus on them. And the worst part is you're pretty sure they're real and no one else notices them.
Oh, sweet.
So downfall is your intellect pool is kind of smaller now.
Yeah, it went for so like you want me to put the max down to 10 as well?
Well, if you ever find a way to remove it, it goes back up to the 15. So it's up to you whether you want how you want to do it. Right now, if you were to hit like that refresh button on your intellect, you notice it wouldn't go past 10.
Okay.
Because you've got five intellect on the Eldritch Madness, and it's a permanent effect. Permanent
Awesome.
doesn't mean you can't get rid of it. It just means it doesn't go away on its own.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm about it.
But yeah, and since you have like 2 1-action recovery rolls, so like, yeah, and it doesn't matter which recovery rolls. Like even if it uses like the 1 hour when you're casting the spell, it doesn't matter. It's not going to take you an hour to cast a spell. It still happens immediately. It just consumes the roll.
Okay.
So now you know. And yeah, you get those 3 spells, and they are beefy spells.
Royale with Cheese's eyes go from like the regular like hue to like completely purple.
Oh.
You're okay?
Oh, I'm doing great, bruh. Is it just me or do you see that tentacle behind you?
Just you, buddy.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't see any tentacles.
Game will look behind him.
If you would like to roll perception to look for tentacles.
You fail.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any.
He is. It's partly madness, but partly he's also seeing things that you don't see that are there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You could just
seeing
like,
nightmares.
oh, I'm great, bruh. Let's go take Marco down.
Yeah, we beat him up once. Let's go do it again.
All right.
We got
So
it.
KFG, I'm going to get you to do the next hex roll for me, please.
The 2d6?
2d6.
There you
Silver
are.
plates, mercy buckets. 4 and a 3. All right, let's go. So 4 and a 3. All right, we're finally gonna. That's not what I wanted to do. We are finally gonna get to do something a little fun here. Let's see what happened. KFG, can you roll a d10 for me, please?
Sure.
Let's see what we get. Let's see what happens. 8. Oh, I like this. Okay. You
Combat.
enter in. You're not going to change the combat. I'm going to change the music here to combat. All right. You enter a new area of the Caverns of Darkness. It's a lot less refined than what you've been in. There's no longer even sconces for torches. The doorways are rough hewn at best. It's a lot more naturalistic. Still obviously had been like chiseled away and crafted, but it doesn't even look like ruins anymore so much as just rough hewn and sort of barely shaped. And as you go in, you just have to like brush something off your head, and you realize you pull your hand away and you realize you're like pulling away these like gobs of webs. And as you look forward with like pulling the torch out and whatnot, you just see this mass of webs in the next room ahead of you.
You guys like spiders? And KFG immediately starts like buff no jutsuing himself. Like,
Ready.
This takes me back to the beta.
oh fuck! I didn't complete any of the dungeons in the beta.
So what I think I'd like to do is I would like to hit the head. Let's do a 5-minute break. Let's give ourselves a 5-er. We're like halfway through the night anyway, so take a little bit of break. We'll come back and we'll deal with whatever's in the webs. Whatever's doing in the webs. All right, let's get on this shit. So you have entered in a new area. Once again, there are webs everywhere. Some of them like wispy and thin, like they are from like maybe normal spiders or something. But a lot of the webs have this like thickness to them and like a viscosity to like whatever is coating them. They do seem to be concerningly large and powerful webs of some kind. And that as you enter into the room. Now, as you do so, are you doing anything to clear the path of the webs before you?
Can I like
torches?
check to see if these are flammable, and if so, how flammable?
I
How
can
would you
literally
like to
create flames from my hands. Can I shoot a fireball at one of them?
Sure.
I'm gonna take. Wait, hold on. Hold on. There's a safe way to do it, and I'm gonna pull out like safety goggles, and like oven mitts, and I'm gonna take a piece of the web, and I'm gonna like just very, very carefully. I'm gonna actually put it at the end of an oar, and very carefully put it in a torch from a distance, and just see how much that little bit lights up.
Okay, so you use the end of an oar, gather some of the webs, try to light it. Try as you might, you think the oar is actually starting to scorch before the webs do.
Oh, I'm burning my oar? Damn it. This is a good oar.
Or was
The
it?
webs seem to be resistant to fire.
Yeah, so burning the webs doesn't seem like an option.
I got dad jokes too.
Whoa. So are you just going to cut your way through, or are you just going to try and like push your way through? Now the webs don't seem to be like you push the oar through, for example, and like it sticks to them, but it doesn't like hold the oar fast. You don't think the webs are, until you start maybe accumulating a lot of them on you. You don't think they're enough that like they would just stop an entire like full-sized human right away?
Could I try to use the remote hand and like just start swinging the glove around to gather all the cobwebs? Just like swinging the hand like this?
I never even thought about that. All right, roll your depletion for me just to see if this is going to like deplete. So you're fine. So it's still working. And fucking love it. Okay. Yeah. So you reach out with like, you put you have the gloves on or whatnot. You reach out with like, well, it works. Describe to me how it works. Describe to me what you're doing with this like mystical glowing or mystical hand in front of you.
Yeah, so he'll take the glove off and they can see like the copy of it come on, and I'm just like, as if he's like cleaning, like getting the webs, and he's like shaking his hand, so he's gathering it up in a ball around it, like looks like a cotton candy ball, and it's just getting bigger and bigger as it's going around.
Yeah. And I am gonna say, like, being like it's not a physical object so much as like it's a force, so it's not actually sticking to the hand. But yeah, you're able to sort of like wrap it around it and like making this ball bigger and bigger. So yeah, you're able to get into the room, clearing yourself a path. Now the room itself, the area itself rather, is fairly expansive. There's like a little bit of side tunnels you can tell. There's the main corridor that you're following that would lead out of the area. But it's got that almost like the rough hewn catacombs type feel to it, with little nooks and crannies and side areas. As you reach what you think is kind of like the center point of the room, you're starting to pick up on sounds. There's something in the webs, and you hear at first what sounds like skittering sounds as it's like going along. But then, and you're like, oh, fuck, here comes the spiders again. When you hear sounds you weren't expecting, and you hear like a, which sounds a little not spiderly like. What I would like is, let me add Bruno and Tummelhome. I gave them sub names apparently. Can I get an initiative from each of you? Silver plates, mercy buckets.
I didn't want to cut you off, but can I do an awareness check before that to see if I can find anything?
What are you looking for? Don't worry about the rule. The what check it is right now. What are you looking for? What's your goal?
Noticing like for hidden, like it's trying to see if I could spot where this is coming from.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you can go ahead and do the awareness for me then. So intellect task, and then you have awareness as a skill. So go ahead and do awareness.
Nah.
It's kind of echoing around. You're not entirely sure if it's from one direction or another.
Okay.
Gluckster, I do believe you got an effect, a minor effect.
Yeah.
And then Tank, you just had some bonuses. Gluckster, is there a minor effect you would like to think of first? Anything you can think of like as you're like getting prepped and getting ready?
I can't think of anything.
All right. So minor effect. It's not going to be anything crazy it is just on your initiative. I'm going to say that like you're extra prepped and at the ready. You know something bad is happening. I am going to give you an asset on your first defense roll of the fight. Sound good?
Hell yeah.
Awesome sauce. All right.
I rolled initiative. I got a 16, but it didn't put me in initiative.
It did not put you in initiative. Why not? Emmett.
Just a stat roll. Here, let me try to just
it didn't,
it again.
It didn't actually roll your initiative. That time it rolled your initiative.
Yeah, strange.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, here, let's just give you the other roll. Okay. Well, let's bump you up a little bit. Where are you, Emmett? Update the combatant. There. You'll be right after Gluckster.
Thank you.
So, Tank, you are the first one to react as you can hear something in the darkness. You can see the webs all around you begin to vibrate as if something is moving through them, coming in just like skittering across. You can hear like bits of stone falling as there's like things crawling around the ceiling and the walls and everything like this. What are you doing?
So I can ready an attack, right? So, but I'd like to ready a control the field. So like when something comes down or something like near me enough that I can reach it, that I do my attack control the field and it puts it in front of me instead of anyone else.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you can set that up. You wouldn't have to make the decision till like it happened. Like you're just sort of like readying yourself up to set up like an action per se. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if something comes in and it looks like it's about to like attack something or whatever, you can try to control it so it's on the other side and it's just going to be going after you type thing. I like it. I'm for it. Just remember you've got it then. I'll forget.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming you're sticking where you are right now, since you don't know what is where anywhere.
Yeah, just gonna try and make sure like we're all in a good position. But yeah,
Okay, go ahead and pass your turn when you're done then. Gluckster.
You're kind of just like ready, ready to attack when something comes up. Like,
As soon as you
I don't
see
know
something,
much.
sure. Which
Yeah.
weapon are you readying here?
The glizzy.
Lizzie? Okay, so pop. If it comes out, got it. All right, go ahead and pass it when you're done, unless you're moving off to the side or something. Emmett.
No, I'll just pick one around.
Emmett's gonna try to like move more in the middle of the group.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, oh well, I have no idea what this is. It sounds pretty bad. I'm gonna rummage around in my bag a little bit, and I'm gonna pull out a fish. It's gonna be like pretty juicy, small tuna. All right, and I'm gonna just throw it out into the darkness, hoping that they'll be like, "Oh, free meat," rather than meat that might fight us.
Okay, can you ping me which direction you would be throwing it at?
This way,
That way?
that way.
Okay.
Yeet.
All right, I like it.
Maybe
yeah,
they're just hungry.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that. So you expend the fish, you throw it in that direction, and into. I'm going to say that your torchlight like is enough that it lights up like your area and like up to like a short distance away, so you can see the next areas over as well. And you see this thing like bound and drop from the webs, and it looks like this.
Oh.
And you see this like undead creature covered in webs from head to toe, with little spiderlings crawling in and inside and out of it and everything. Glowing eyes, just bound on this fish and just like.
Oh, he eats the fish though.
Eats fish, yeah. That's what lured it out.
I pull out another one, and I'm like, all right, I think I know how to solve this one, boys. And I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. All right. So this guy, he's going to basically spend his entire turn trying to rush in here, which is going to end up. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, actually, before Tank's thing goes off, Gluckster, the this one that popped out because of the fish is the first one that you see. Did you want to pop off your glizzy?
Oh yeah, if I can see him from there.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a shot. Difficulty 2 is not going to be enough.
The
Unfortunately.
kid's scared as he pops up, like just shoot like randomly in the air.
Pop. Okay. So in that case, this guy is moving up. But this is Tank. It looks like he would have been heading for Royale with cheese, but this is when your thing pops off.
yeah.
Oh, 2 is not great.
But I still move him,
You do still move him. That is correct.
so I'm gonna move him away
he's gonna
from.
be like on that side of you.
Yeah.
He can't actually attack right now, but he is like sort of like you're sort of in the way of him and Royale. So like you and Tumblehome are like the only things he could reach.
Right.
All right. So that is you. This one is going to come in and going to go after KFG. So you've got one just like bounding in from the webs, like all fours type thing. And as it comes in, just like clawing at you. I don't even know what they do. I should probably bring up their stats. Sorry, trying to bite at you. KFG, how are you trying to protect yourself from this?
KFG's just gonna like. He's like, they're just zombies, man. These things are easy. It's coming like right at him. He knows like, oh, fuck, Emmett's in the way. I was gonna say he's just gonna like jump really high and the thing's just gonna run under him, but he's just gonna try and like, it's going after him. He's just gonna kind of like, like do some like dancey monk shit, you know what I mean? And just kind of like play keep away from it while it tries to
Spinning
go
twirl.
after him.
Got it. All right.
Yep,
Go ahead and roll
exactly.
a speed defense for me, please. A speed defense. Oh yeah. Oh my. Yeah. So you easily just like matador type thing. Just get him to like he's there. You didn't trip him or anything like that, but he did end up missing. You hear that hollow like sound when like a skull bites and doesn't actually grasp on anything. I don't want to do it because I like my teeth. But you do hear the clamping sound that is happening as it goes to bite down, and nothing happens.
Nice.
Right. Next. This guy's coming in at Royale with cheese.
Is he now?
He is.
And the way he's coming from, is he's coming from like the path ahead that's still covered in web?
Yeah, they seem to travel through the web effortlessly. They don't have any issues with it.
Okay, can I cast spells like as a reaction or action only?
Not unless it says it's an enabler. I think the ones you have are
they're all actions.
Actions, yeah. They still have the normal rules for being an action.
Okay.
Unless you can convince me otherwise and do it as a player intrusion. So.
No, that's fine.
Which actually I don't think you have the XP for.
So he's coming in to try and bite me?
Yes, he is. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I am going to I'm just gonna try and dodge out of the way.
Okay. Bad. Undeady. Okay, go ahead and make a speed defense. Oh, actually.
What if I wanted to try and like grab, like stop him from like biting me, but grab onto his face to prepare to cast a spell on him?
I'd say that's
Just like
still
grab
probably
the side of his head or
I'd say
something.
that's still probably a speed defense.
Jam my thumbs into his eyes just to
If
hold
you
him
want to
in
do a
place.
speed, well, it's a speed defense, and then if you get like an effect out of it, then you could have like automatically like have like grappled him, like grabbed onto him.
Okay.
Ooh, difficulty 3 is not going to be enough. He's coming in to bite you. So, he is going to do 5 points of might to you. 5 points to your might pool.
Does armor affect that?
It is affected by armor, yes. So you can lower it if you have armor.
I do have armor.
There you go.
It's rating 3, cost 2, so that would reduce it by 3.
It reduces it by 3. Yeah, the cost is only if you're applying speed edge. It just makes it harder, or makes it cost more. But some of the damage got through. I would like you to make a might defense roll for me, please.
Sure.
2 is not great. 2 is not great. So he bites you. You kind of tough it out. You're like, that's not so. As you like begin to like drop to your knees, your limbs not working properly anymore. You're feeling numb in your extremities, and you're having a hard time moving properly as you're starting to become paralyzed.
Okay.
Now you'll get another roll on your turn, so it's not like a bullshit level of like you're gonna lose everything, but yeah, there's a chance. But at the moment, you are trying to fight against this like whatever is caused in its saliva to like start to paralyze you. I am going to say that this small ghoul here is like basically the fish keeps him busy for that round, so he's actually going to stay where he is. No, you actually shouldn't be there. I just realized I had too many of them. Okay, there we go. Where did he go? Click the thing. There we go. Bloop. All right, Gluckster, you got one coming in on you. He actually I traveled from a bit further. I just didn't show it at first, so he's actually not doing anything. He's just running towards you. He's not able to actually do anything yet.
It gets calls and gets scared, but
KFG, we're on you.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things coming at us. They seem fire resistant, but luckily I'm a master of more than just one element. KFG's swinging. I'm gonna swing at the one that came at me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Nah, this should be fine. Does the difficulty 5 hit?
The difficulty 5 will hit. You can't miss them, apparently, unless you roll a 1. Really?
That's good to know. Yeah, he's gonna take 13 points of damage as KFG punches him with like 5 different elements at the same time. There's fire, water, thunder, wind, and earth all up in this thing's mouth, I guess.
You did say you fully buffed up before all that happened. Jesus, fuck.
I did, yes.
Bud. You and your buffs, bud. Okay, he is donezo. How did you take this guy out? Like one shot this fucker.
He's seen what it did to RWC, and he's like, nope, not gonna get my hands near this thing. And as it's like running to try and like it tries to do the bite thing again, and KFG he backsteps, it bites nothing, and he just kicks, I guess. This time he kicks its head clean off into the ceiling or something. Okay, you hear the skull shatter.
I would like to propose an intrusion as you kill this thing.
Sure.
Give it to whomever you wish.
I'm gonna give it to RWC because he looks like he could use XP right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's got none. Okay, so you punch this thing, take a back step, and as you lift up your leg to do this kick to knock its head off or whatever, it gets one final spit at you. It actually spits in your eye. Then you knock its head clean off. I would like a might defense, please.
Oh, this will be fun. I'm not trained in any of this.
Yeah, have anything that helps with toxins or poisons or anything like that?
Oh, actually, I have adaptation. So I never need to worry about dangerous radiation, diseases, or gases, and can always breathe in any environment, even space.
I think that's just for environmental effects, though.
Is it? I mean...
it's meant to be for environmental effects.
But it's still sending a toxin at me.
Toxin right? Is trying to harm you as well. Oxygen... You don't need to worry about radiation, diseases, gases. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it doesn't say. It does kind of just say you just you destroy toxins, pathogens, diseases. It's not just environment stuff because that's diseases wouldn't be under that. So yeah, you just don't have to worry about their their shit.
I think it's supposed to be equivalent to the monks from D&D, how they're just immune to.
So yeah, it spits in your eye, and you can feel just for a moment you get this numbness in half your face, but then your body just kind of purges it, and you're fine.
Gets it in my eye, just can't. She just wipes his eyes out,
yeah,
disgusting.
Honey badger don't care.
It's true. It's a spirit animal now.
Go ahead and pass it when you're done. Okay, RWC, go ahead and make another might defense for me, please, as you're trying to battle off this paralytic. 2 is enough for the subsequent rounds. It's only that like initial one that's a little bit harder. It kinda, like alternates, so you're actually able to fight it off.
Royale with Cheese immediately stands up and like grips his wolf claw over this thing's skull. His hand starts to glow and he says, "Surrender your soul to me." As his eye starts to glow, and he's going to use
Your soul is mine.
Command Spirit.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, and it used the thing. Okay. Yeah. So it's still an action. I do still need an intellect roll from you for commanding it. Because you're still like overpowering it. Yeah, you spent for it, but you're still trying to overpower it, right?
Well, it just says action to initiate.
Yeah. So
what's the difference between action and action to initiate?
Action to initiate just means it has a duration. It's not instant.
Okay.
But if it's against a creature, like you're trying to do something, generally there's some sort of opposed, like there's a roll.
Okay.
Won't be terribly high. They not great at mental defenses. I'll let you know that now.
I'm just gonna roll it straight.
Okay, minor effect. If the target follows your verbal commands. Do you have any ideas? If not, I have one for you.
The minor effect is I in casting this spell and like grip it like while like gripping onto it, I absorb one of those intellect points back from it.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you. Sure. So he is yours now. We're gonna give him. We'll just use this cursed one for now. He's your puppet.
I point towards the door and I say, "Clear the path."
And he's like, yeah, he looks like he's ready for that. So on his turn, you have full command to make him do shit. Awesome.
Beautiful. Yep, that is my turn.
Tumble home.
Tumblehome should definitely get on up out of there, but he's gonna just attack. So it's a might roll, and it's trained.
Oh wow, that was good, Tumble home. As against the ambitious one here, right?
Yes.
How much damage does Tumble home do?
3. It's equivalent to his level.
3. All right. It seems to be fully effective. No issues with it. Goes right through, and it actually does seem to hurt it quite a bit. Some of them actually did stuff.
Can he roll a speed to try to get out of dodge?
Sure. Where like he can move for free anywhere in this circle because it's an immediate area. If he wants to still move like to an adjacent area, then it's going to be a speed check. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try that. He's squishy. Difficulty 3?
Yeah, because we're using the lower difficulties. He can do it. He's fine.
Yeet. Yeah, I'll just go over here by RWC. And, yeah, that's him.
Awesome. All right. Bruno. Violent Bruno, apparently. Because I had the name thing turned on.
Oh, Bruno got his own turn? Okay.
Yeah. He's supposed to go in your turn.
I thought we were doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually did anything for Bruno. It's okay. I missed the... Yeah, we could just skip him.
Okay. I'm just going to remove Bruno and Tumble home since they are supposed to go in your turns. The ghoul will still go in its own turn just because it's controlled. I'm just going to remove
it. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thank you. There we go. Now they'll just go on your guy's turn. I don't mind. Whatever. All right. Well, back to the top of the order. Tank you very much. So you've got Bitey in front of you. He's injured thanks to Tumblehome.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to use my control field again.
Yeah.
On the one by Gluckster.
Okay.
And bring it to
all
me.
right. And you want to like bring him over and like the other side of you type thing?
Yeah.
All right. Not enough to hurt him, but you can still move him around. So we're just gonna. I'm assuming you're putting him like there.
Yep. Now I've got 2 of them.
Awesome sauce. All right, Gluckster. So you're there. You were fighting this thing when all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, Tank just like somehow like hooked this thing in with his weapon and like drew it back over to him.
I'm wondering if I should go up there and fight or help him with those, but
Help him. I got this one. Maybe.
I've been looking back and forth, like left, right, and we'll say that. And I'm like, all right, I'll help out Billy, and I'll go over. Kind of just go like right there.
Get rid of the dude.
Yeah, there we go. And I'll attack the injured one
Injured one
with the shiv.
Give her.
I'll slide them.
Give her.
Swapping the glizzy to the knife.
Kidneys. Oh, yeah, that's going to be enough. 4 damage. Yeah, let's go. He looks like he is badly injured.
Yeah, and then that'll be my turn.
Pass it when you're done. Emmett. Got this shit going on.
Emmett has another fish in his hand. RWC pointed at the door and told this thing to clear a path.
Yeah, not only did he point at it, but I'm going to say there's probably this like energy stream you can see between them. Like it's obvious RWC has like control over this thing.
Okay. I'm going to try to get this one's attention with another fish.
Okay.
And try to like overhand fucking throw it into like the thickest part of the webs. So it will hopefully run over there and help us clear some of the path as well.
Interesting. I like that. Okay. I'm going to say this is probably a speed check because you know where to throw it. It's a matter of getting it over there. So I'm going to say this is going to be a speed task.
Okay.
If you want to treat it as a light weapon, I'm not sure what trainings you have for weapons.
No
practiced.
weapon
Okay,
training.
So really it's just a straight up speed check, speed task.
Yeah, let's go.
There you go. Yeah, okay. That's enough that you definitely you would throw something there, just kind of like marking it. And you can definitely see that this thing that's already just finished eating one fish, sees another fish sail past and it's like, ugh, and is definitely interested.
Yeah, they're real good, ain't they? You stick with us, you might get a couple more. Please don't eat me. And Tumblehome gets to go.
Yes.
So first thing Tumblehome's going to do is roll a speed.
With the 20.
With a major effect.
Can we say that he's going so fast that when he attacks a zombie, he gets an easement or an asset?
Yeah, I'll give him an asset on that for sure. Yeah.
Amazing.
He just I imagine the little run that he has with his tiny little legs too, as he goes over, just super speed.
The super
Tumblehome.
Speed. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Tumblehome is our Grogu.
He is.
He's the guild co-leader.
He's gonna launch up and just hit this thing in the face hugger style, and it's a bite.
Sploot. Yeah. Damn, Tumblehome, you on fire today.
That's another 3 damage.
I'm gonna, yeah. He did. Tumblehome, so you said he zoomed under, underneath Tank's legs or whatever, came up and face hugger splooted into this thing's face. How did it die? What happened to it?
Tumblehome, like the slime of Tumblehome, like enters the eyeballs of this skull, and it looks kind of weird, like Tumblehome's seeping into him at first, but then he like kind of takes over the whole skull, and you just see like everything except the bone, like all of like the undead eyes and like the magic kind of all simmer away until it's just bone badly held together. Then he's gonna just slink himself off, and the head just falls to pieces.
Little burp afterwards.
Yeah, little Roomba.
Like it. All right, man. Tumblehome was effective this fight. All right.
Putting in work.
Pretty messed up, Tumblehome.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so this thing is marching forward and is indeed clearing the way ahead of you as requested. So yeah, it's going through and it's just tearing down. It's unfazed by the webs at all. Doesn't even stick to it, but it's tearing the webs apart. As you requested, RWC, and it's just like there's now a clear path ahead of you. You guys could book it if you needed or whatever. You don't have to worry about trying to get through the rest of the webs as it keeps going through.
And I will like point ahead to the gang and be like, path's clear, guys.
Yeah, we should boogie.
This thing is attracted by the fish going this way, also helping to clear the webs. You've got two of these guys clearing the webs for you. I like it. And then you've got one attacking Tank. So Tank, this preachy ghoul is coming in, trying to bite you while telling you about Jesus.
So speed defense?
Speed defense, yes, please. Which you are good at. So yeah, it goes to like bite you. You like bring up the shield just in time. It like bites the edge of the shield. You see some of the teeth like chip off and everything, like clang. It doesn't affect you whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. KFG.
I'm gonna punch this preachy ghoul that tried to punch my tank. The same 5-element fist combo from before. Yeah, he's just like going like does some crazy shit. It's like it tried to bite Tank.
It tried to bite Tank, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as it like its teeth, like clamp down on nothing, KFG like punches its head clean off into like I don't know, the background somewhere.
Does it get this?
What's this? For the next day, anyone striking the user. Oh yeah, it was already injured to begin with. I forgot about the shock thing already. So it was already injured to begin with because of the electricity, and then you just finished it off.
I like it. I guess I will roll a speed check now to try and get towards the exit.
Sure. All
right. So now I can move over. Where's the exit? I'm assuming it's by the fish.
Yeah, like up there somewhere. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm not going to bother with the rest of the combat. Once again, these are compared to you, especially since you guys have power shifts now. Is like these are little numpties. They're nothing. You've already managed to control two of them to like clear the way thanks to fish and mind control. So I'm not going to make you do the rest of the combat. Basically, you're just going to have them clear the way and like finish them off type thing. So we're going to wipe that out. As you guys deal with these ghouls while making them clear the room for you, that's awesome. Let's go.
I might need.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I see if RWC needs, like, if I can heal him somehow?
Oh, please, for the love of God! So bad. Like not bad, but like now every intellect point counts. So like, if you can offer it, I'll take it.
Yeah, I got you. Are you still paralyzed? Can I?
No,
I'm good
he's
now.
not paralyzed. He fought it off. He's good.
Yeah, I got you. A nice water key heal, dude.
Fast as a fox, boy. Oh, wow.
Gee.
GM intrusion, let's go.
My XP.
Can I spend my XP point for him to reroll?
You can if you want. If you want to be boring.
Because he's doing it on me?
Yeah,
I will spend my
spend one if you don't.
no. I'll spend mine. I'll spend the one that you gave me.
Eric,
Oh, I got a minor effect. Can the
There
minor
you go.
effect be, I don't know, like extra healing for him?
Yeah, how much were you healing him for?
It heals for 1d6 by default. So
1d6?
I was healing him for 6.
Oh, he's already.
Can I split it among the pools instead of just having to have
Oh,
it
yeah.
in one pool?
Normally,
yes, I would let you split it so you can
the
bring.
effect.
Actually, just bring all 3 of your pools back up to full at that point. I'll give you the extra
cool,
as well.
cool.
So just reset yourself because you're only like that, like 1 or 2 beyond. So just
Yeah.
reset them. You're fine.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Hog.
Thank you. Oh, I feel so much better, bruh. Man, did you see that? I controlled the fucking zombie. That was what I learned from the book, bruh.
Damn. It's a powerful ass book.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing all kinds of weird shit, but I mean, I'm into some weird shit anyway. You know what I mean? So,
Are you seeing like H?
what?
What kind of weird shit are you seeing?
We'll talk about it later. Billy's right here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's just say it's cultured.
Sounds like a pretty strange
Is
book.
it naked women?
No, Billy.
Damn.
With that, I imagine you move forward, exploring past the now cleared webs further into the caverns of darkness.
Oh god, I think I broke Platt. I thought I broke Platt for a second there.
Oh no, he's doing good. He's doing good. He's just going back for a second, went a little crazy. So KFG, you rolled the last hex roll, right?
I did.
Yeah. So Royale with cheese, you are going to be next. Let's get a 2d6 for the next hex roll. Let's see where else in the dungeon you are exploring.
You got it. 3 and a 2.
Baby, you got it. 3 and then a 2. 3 and a 2. Oh. You don't really need this? Okay. But maybe you do. Roll a percentile for me. Silver plates and mercy buckets.
37.
No, you didn't luck out this time. That's fine. But you do find what seems to be designated as a safe rest area.
Dope.
So if in a safe rest area, there are healing fountains. If you had needed it, it would have healed you for up to 6 points to a pool or to your pools. So if anyone is missing any points to your pools, you can restore up to 6 in total. Split as you please.
Sweet.
I'm weirdly missing recovery rules. I don't know. Maybe I used some last session.
They should be back by now because you guys were like in the city for a while and stuff. So
okay, I was gonna say if they aren't back, could I recover one of those maybe because I'm full? But that works
they
too.
should be all back. The only person that should be missing any recovery rolls right now is Royale.
Yeah, because I spent one to cast a spell.
Yeah, you spent one for a spell.
Oh, I fucking love that, by the way. It's like spell slots. Yeah. It's like using my recoveries as spell slots. I can either heal or I can cast spells. I love that.
That was part of the focus of this campaign. Is I wanted to slowly like dabble like all the little like optional rule sets at you guys as you went. So like we've got power shifts, we got spells, we got like everything. Little bits. All right. One of these. Select, please. Thank you. So you finished there. So you guys rest up for a little while. You don't spend very long. Like you just take a drink from the fountain, I imagine. And you kind of boogie it because you're worried about Marco possibly being in here, also adventuring around and doing shit. So you guys move on. We're gonna get Tank. It is your turn. 2d6, please, and thank you. 1 and
Snake
1.
eyes.
Oh, I like where you went. You're my type of guy.
2 intrusions?
Shit.
No, I'm kidding.
XP to reroll.
No. I need you to roll a
Reroll a hex roll.
I need you to roll a hex roll. I need you to roll a D3 for me, please.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Oh, hello. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Give me 1 second.
Fuck.
He's doing it on purpose.
Maybe not.
I'm scared. I'm gonna call out my buffs now.
Metagaming?
That's true.
KFG didn't hear that? Come on.
I need a thing. Where are you?
Plat.
About like
Hold
5
on.
seconds. Not even.
There we go. All right. Yeah, no problems. I'm just getting set up here. Anywho. We're gonna take 1 second here. Since we're waiting for Gluckster, I don't want him to like miss the bit here, so we are gonna wait 1 second till Gluckster gets back. Meanwhile, I'm gonna say hello to chat. I see Al is in the chat as well now. Larson there has been also commenting a fair amount. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? It is good to be back with the Windermere Fantasy Online and hopefully other stuff soon. We're getting the next Cypher one-shot set up. So far we have Bob World Builder, Dungeoneers Pack, and Jeremy Kopp from 3 Black Halflings all confirmed, as well as of course Bad Hair Gaming, who will fight anyone that tries to take a spot.
I'll fucking kill people.
And I'm still looking. I'm waiting on response from Dungeon Dad. I know he's been kind of like, things have been hectic for him and stuff lately, so he might not have seen the email. I'm probably just going to message him on Twitter and be like, hey, buddy, check your email. Which I probably just should have messaged him on Twitter in the first place. So we ought to have a pretty good lineup, I think. All right, Kirby's back. Kirby is back. Welcome back, Kirby. Let's get into this, shall we? So, you go through the caverns of darkness and you start to see a faint glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. And you're like, oh, good. Maybe we're reaching like some sort of end point or something. But then you also start to feel the heat start to wash over you. It's like you're entering an oven. And you haven't seen a lot of other side passages recently, so you think you pretty much have to go this direction if you're going to want to continue further. Finally, it opens up into the mouth of this tunnel opens more and more and more, getting larger and larger and larger, until eventually it's this expansive and giant cavern. And that's when you're washed over and hit with this unbearable heat as you see the glow of magma, piping hot magma, like moving along these channels of somewhat cooled ground in between. This large skull of some monstrous creature sort of half in the lava at a distance. And you know that you are going to have to make your way through this area. So,
Dope.
are there any special precautions you're taking as you enter this area? Anything you're doing that is special about it?
Yeah, there's like magma and shit everywhere.
There's magma and shit everywhere. There's little areas where it's like you're almost cut off from these platforms around with the magma, but they're just thin enough you could like hop across without issue, like no rolls or anything required.
And we can see... Sorry, we can see the door on the other side?
You can see the exit on the other side, yes.
Emmett, do you want to get the canoes ready and just water skip over?
Yeah, that seems like a plan.
All right.
Those monsters look kind of big. Is there maybe a way we can not attract attention, like be more stealthy about it?
Well, I mean, he can fly and I can fly, but you guys can't fly. There's really only one good way to get over there without...
Yeah.
We just kind of got to risk it for the biscuit and get there as fast as we can.
We fly past this thing, or we fighting it?
Well, that's what I said. If we use the water glide and just take the canoes over.
We don't see any monsters. You just see some giant monstrous skull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but something had to have killed that. That's what I'm worried about in here.
Yeah, or that thing is actually alive. We did just fight some, like, zombie things 3 seconds ago.
You do
30
feel
minutes ago.
Once again, you do feel an overwhelming amount of heat. Like if you imagine if you were to keep standing here, you would probably start taking damage.
Maybe we shouldn't fight here. Maybe we should just get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, bust out the canoes.
Yeah, it's hot. All right, yeah, I'll bust out the canoes and I'll use the river in a jar to
Sportage.
Okay, all
I'll jump
right.
in the
So
canoe.
you're standing here. You bust out a couple of canoes because this is what this group is all about. You get the river in a jar. You start setting it up. Now, what I'm going to do is you're going to have to, as you're moving across this place with the canoes, you're going to have to be making checks because the water is practically evaporating as it's coming out. So you need to have it come out at just the right amount, at just the right angle to keep these canoes aloft. So I'm going to make you make checks to use this river in a jar each time, like a couple of checks to start getting yourselves across this.
Can I fly instead of sitting in a canoe to take the weight off of the canoes?
Yeah. It's not so much the weight so much as the fact that you got to angle it just right that it doesn't spread too much. It's more about the spread of the water and the fact that it's like you're pouring water directly over lava and trying to somehow keep canoes aloft on this. So I am going to say there's still going to be checks involved.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to get you to start with your first intellect task for me, please. I will allow you to use you got canoe training, right? Yeah, I'll allow you to use your canoe training because you know exactly the consistency of what the canoes need to stay buoyant on this. So you can use your canoe training. This is a fucked up game. You can use your canoe training to get your canoes to stay aloft over the lava on the magical stream of water.
All right.
That sounds like a perfectly normal game to me.
It's a perfectly normal game.
Magic canoe.
Absolutely fine. All right, everybody got your helmets on?
Hey.
Oh my god.
Sweet
Wow.
Jesus.
Starts with a nat 20. Fuck off. Okay.
He is the master of canoes.
Do you have a major effect? If not, I've got an idea.
Go for it.
Okay. Major effect I was going to give you is just you don't have to make another roll. You'll be able to command the canoes in this area, no problem from now on. You're only going to get this far at the moment, though. Now let's organize ourselves here. So Royale with Cheese, you're flying on your own.
Yeah, like beside the canoe, so I'm
Beside
still
the
like
canoe.
with
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
And then who's in what canoe as far as like first canoe, second canoe?
I'd
Or
probably
actually-
be at the front of the first one.
You have a small enough crew. You could all be in this one canoe, actually, if you wanted. Come to think of it.
I'm also flying.
You're also flying?
Oh.
Okay.
With my
All of
slippers
us
of
in
ear
one
walker.
canoe.
Yeah, so you've
I guess
got...
I'm not flying, I'm walking.
Oh, you're just going to be walking. Okay. The Royale with Cheese is flying.
But with my air slippers, right? I can probably just run beside them.
Okay, but you're still in the air.
Yeah.
The important bit. Okay. All right. And then Emmett, you'll have to be at the front. I'm assuming Billy's probably in the middle because he gets the most command that way. Probably tumble home there. There we go. That's most likely. Then you guys are like flying beside on each side. Awesome sauce. Okay. That is when from this is an extraordinarily tall cavern once again. And you looking all around, you don't see anything out of the ordinary until splashing up from the lava, flying into the air is a thing. Let me get you a picture of the shadow dragon.
Nope. Nope. Just keep going.
Hell no.
Because y'all rolled a pretty decent fight. That's what she did.
I've always wanted to fight a dragon.
We don't have to fight this. We've got bigger things to worry about.
Didn't we fight that weird, like, dragon thing monster? Remember it grabbed me?
No.
I had to do buff no jutsu inside its mouth before I beat it up.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite a
Sounds like something you've done a bunch of times. I can't remember.
I do need
Either
initiative.
way,
I will need initiative, but I am also treating this partly like a combat with a creature and partly like when I have you guys fight environmental effects. Like you could technically hurt it with skills to overcome the situation rather than actually like hurting it.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Holy shit.
fuck.
Uh-oh. That one's the dragon, though.
Come on. There's one more. One more. With the next 19. Come on, 19 or 20.
No, we got
Who hasn't rolled?
There's only 5 of you.
Oh, I miscounted?
Yeah. I know, you're still like 6-person groups or whatever. There's only 5 of you guys right now.
Oh,
So we got 2 minors and a major.
Yeah, and with my minor effect, I want to be able to affect the canoe some way so that we can get it moving faster the next turn, because my intent is to try and help escape.
Okay. All right. So whatever, whatever role Emmett is going to do, he's going to get another asset on it because of you. So for like getting this canoe the fuck out of Dodge.
I also rolled
a
a major effect, which I would
the mind. Sorry, what's
like
that?
to use for the.
Yeah, you got a major.
Yeah, I want to use it for the same kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to just move the canoe forward as fast as possible.
Ludicrous speed. Go!
I can make a suggestion for your major effect. So you can either do another asset, in which case like you're topped out in assets. I can't give you like double asset. Or because I'm treating this like my environmental situation things where you can use like skill checks as like attacks to the situation, I will let you double your damage. Right now you're trained, so it's as if you were attacking with like a medium weapon. So you'll be doing like a base 8 damage with your skill check to get the canoe out of here.
Okay, I'll take that.
All right, awesome. Who else had the minor effect? Glockster. What did you want to do, Glockster? If you wanted to help him in some way, you could be supplying that second asset.
Yeah, I'll apply the asset. I'll try to get away.
Awesome sauce. All right. So now we know Emmett's going to be getting 2 out of it. However, the detached shadow dragon, I don't know why he's detached, but he gets to go first. Because he's a chunky boy. He's a chunky boy. Okay. What can you do? A lot of shit. Well, he's just going to use his breath weapon. Actually, no. I think he's interested. This dragon's intelligent. I think he's interested in what the fuck this canoe thing is. He doesn't want to just destroy it. So he's going to come up. He's going to directly attack KFG. You can in a minute. You can bite 1 target or claw 2 opponents. Yeah, okay, he's going to do a bite. So he's coming in and trying to, like, this thing, like, comes out of the lava splashing everywhere. You guys are like, fuck nah. And you start, like, trying to get out as this thing comes just beeline straight for KFG. And it's trying to do a bite, just like big maw at you. Like,
KFG's going to, like, air step away with his slippery shoes to just try to not get bitten.
Trying to like run and dodge out the side. 5 is not going to be enough.
Okay, well, I guess KFG is getting bitten.
Okay. So you're automatically immobilized by its jaws, which is fun. So we're gonna do that one. And that is gonna be 12 might.
Reduced by armor?
Reduced by armor, yes.
Okay.
I didn't actually.
A lot of teeth.
That helps. Yeah, you guys rolled like a boss fight, basically. So, Emmett, it's on you, bud. You're the one guiding this canoe. What did you want to do in this situation?
Get us out, Emmett.
Well, it's got KFG.
He'll be fine.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go.
All right, so you're going to try and affect the situation in this case. It is going to be your canoes again. So your intellect task is your canoe skill. You're going to get 2 assets on it, and you can put 8 damage in the damage box for when you roll if you wish. And of course, you can apply effort for damage or for easing it if you wish as well. Damage in this case isn't so much hurting something as overcoming the situation, the environment. Because that's how I like to run things. If anyone's watching this and wondering what the fuck I'm doing with this environment stuff, that's just a custom thing I do. It's not a normal Cypher rule. Sometimes I like just like players that aren't just attacking with weapons to be able to damage the situation. Nice! That is sweet. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh.
11 damage.
Yeah, that's chunky. That's a good chunk out of the situation, you think. You made some real progress. So ignore where you are specifically on the map for now. Just treat this as, once again, this is more of a theater of the mind thing. Don't worry about it as being like a tactical battle map. You are able to get the canoes starting to really zoom forward. You're leaving KFG behind a little bit, but you're able to like get it to like zoom ahead and pulling everyone with you. You can definitely see the dragon sort of like turn its head, like KFG, like flopping in its mouth towards you. Like, where the fuck are you going?
We gotta get him. We can't just leave KFG.
No,
are you
just
good?
you keep going. I'll worry about KFG. Just get everybody else to safety.
Let's go.
Oh, Royale with cheese. Did you keep up with them, or did you stay behind to help KFG?
So, no, as they're speeding forward, he's going to like tell Emmett to get them to safety, and he's going to kick off of the ship towards the flying towards the dragon.
All right, I like it. Once again, we're just going to ignore distances here. We'll do the rule of cool for all this shit.
And I would like to cast another spell.
Okay, all right. So you like kick off of the canoe koa and like start channeling your eldritch magics. What are you casting?
I'm like flying at it, and like I want to like reach out and like grab onto its face while it's like chomping on my friend, and I'm gonna use Terrifying Gaze.
Oh, Terrifying Gaze. You make a separate intellect attack roll for each target. You only have one target. I'm assuming you're not making KFG afraid.
No, he's good.
Is frozen in fear, not moving or taking actions for 1 minute or until it's attacked. Oh, cool. Some creatures may be immune. He's not immune, but I'm going to say he's not easy to terrify either. It isn't going to be an easy roll. I'm going to let you know now. This is not going to be an easy roll, but
yep.
Make an intellect attack. Make an attack roll. Make an intellect task.
I can only afford to ease it by 1. That's fine. All right, everybody, give me your power. I need right, hands to the sky. I need all the fucking hoodoo you got. Oh, I don't want to look.
No, it's not enough. You try to terrify it.
Can I give him XP to reroll?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
It's a really
Say,
hard
like,
roll, though.
he's like not looking right away, but you're trying to guide it. Well, like I said, he's not like this is a boss
like
fight.
you stupid dragon, like throwing like hammer fists at it or something while he's trying to.
This is the level of creature where like you need levels of effort to hit it. You can't hit it just on the die. He's above.
Yeah,
he's above
no.
6. Unfortunately not. You go up, you this like there's this terrifying presence of these like eldritch images and shadows, and the dragon looks at you with KFG in his mouth, and you just hear a as he is completely unfazed. Pass when you're done. Gluckster, you're sitting in the canoe. Canoe is just zooming along, although you see the reluctance in Emmett's face. And you can, I mean, you in the distance, like, they're not too far away yet, but in the distance, slowly shrinking away from you, is the dragon and your two flying companions fighting amongst each other. What you doing, Lucky?
He's gonna sit there for a second. He's gonna like punch the canoe. He's like, man, I can't do nothing. He's gonna like, look at his hand. And like a cipher, something I can pick up, right? Like it's like an object. It's not like a.
If it's a manifest cipher, it's like an object. Yeah. If it's a subtle cipher, then it's usually like inspiration, luck, blessings, things like this.
Oh, it is a manifest. Could I use the remote hand to move like the sleep inducer this to the dragon? Like I'll take off my glove, pick up the cipher, bring it over to him.
Yeah, normally you'd have to touch or make them ingest it, but you have the ability to remotely move something.
Or I was gonna say, can I like just launch it down?
Right? Its mouth is kind of open.
I think it's going to require a speed task because you're trying to maneuver there quickly and you're trying to like deftly doing it through all the action of this like dragon, like combating them in the air and the canoe staying like aloft on this like over top of the lava and stuff. So it is still going to be a speed task. What skills you got going on here?
Like puts his arm up, he's like aiming it with his other arm, like lining it up.
It looks like it'll be a straight up speed task. I'll let you know now, like, he's not easy. Like, this is like boss fight territory. You're going to want to ease the task as much as you can. Yeah, this is the territory where you need to,
like,
my. Oh, yes.
Can I give him the XP?
I was gonna say I got the XP to do it. It's
you're gonna do the reroll? Okay.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you spend the XP. Go ahead and do the reroll.
It's just such
be
an
nice in this one.
moment.
Once again, I'll let you do the reroll without the intrusion. You're good.
Oh my Lord.
You're good. We don't need the story to end.
Why did you add damage to the roll?
The effort for it. I don't know why.
Did you mean to
damage? No, you need effort to ease the task. You're so used to applying effort for damage. Yeah, you can just do the reroll. We'll mentally math it as need be or whatever. So difficulty 4 is not going to be enough because it was 2 levels of effort you had applied originally.
Like launches the glove over and it just misses.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep spending experience and keep re-rolling if you really want to try. It's up to you.
No. Well,
Okay.
take the whiff there.
So yeah, it was a really good idea. You got this like it's like an ampule of like greenish liquid or something. You're like, I'm gonna get it in, and you try to get into like its mouth or up its nostril or something. But because of like it flying around RWC and like KFG like battling with it, probably like punching it on the snout and stuff, it just sort of like splashes harmlessly against its scaly like hide, very thick hide. It doesn't soak in whatsoever. It was a good try though. Tank. What are you doing, Tank? What can Tank do?
Not a hell of a lot.
Now remember, not all the fight, it's not like D&D, not all the fight has to be on the dragon. You could be attacking the situation with skills and stuff like this as well, which would lower the effective like health of it per se. So if there's something you can do to aid the canoe or the group rather than fight the dragon, you can do that as well.
Shit. I can't even think of anything. I don't
No,
really
it's
have
outside of
anything
his
to do
normal
either or.
wheelhouse. He's like,
Yeah.
he's the brick.
Yeah, he's just
What is
basically
that?
like, get me in the fight, get me in the fight. And yeah, I can't even. I've got nothing.
Okay, well, how about I make some suggestions here for you then? I'll be super nice. Be super nice. So you've got like a skill about insight and trying to figure out the best way to do things and everything, right? Or even awareness would probably work at this point. Either of them, you could do that to try and aid Emmett in steering the canoe, trying to like basically go through. You can either do that to provide him an asset on his next roll, or you could roll and apply it with damage as if it was an attack on the situation. It'd be a base of 4 damage because you're trained.
I'll roll it, I guess.
Okay, so you can go roll. You can roll awareness or insight. You can apply damage to with effort if you wish as well, or to ease the task. Up to you, or neither. And it would be an intellect at this point. Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
Okay. It's not enough to affect the situation as a whole. Because affecting the situation is a little easier than affecting the dragon directly, but 3's not gonna cut it. Because
I'll
you
reroll it. Can I use an XP to reroll?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. I love when you burn the XP. You get less stuff out of it that way. Oh, okay, that's enough. Yeah, there you go. It actually should be 4 damage, so there you go. I'm using the dragon as like.
Oh no, I added extra effort for damage. I didn't. I forgot to put the
you
4.
didn't add the 4 base. Oh, I see. So it should be 7. There you go. That's a good chunk. You're like almost halfway through the environment. The dragon is still labeled as injured, not badly injured yet. But I'm tying them all together in this situation. So they're tussling with the dragon, and how are you assisting your dad in this way with your insight or awareness or whatever you were using? Awareness. What are you doing that's helping him?
Basically, like, because there's like magma and stuff everywhere, right?
Sure.
So I'm assuming it's like shooting up and kind of, bubbling and all that. And I'm like warning him on where to turn so that he doesn't hit anything.
I like that. Little geysers of lava coming up, and you're like, Dad, watch out! And like getting them to like steer the canoe around it. Because he's so concentrated on keeping them alive and like or keeping them aloft and making sure that they don't sink because of the water evaporating. He's not like looking ahead as much, and you're his eyes for looking ahead. I like it. There you go. See, you're still able to do something. KFG, you are in a Dargan's mouth.
I feel like I've been in this situation before. Jeez. Yeah, that thing fucking took a chunk out of me.
Yeah.
So if we beat the dragon or we escape is how we win this scenario?
Yeah. Be the dragon or escape. Like, it's not like D&D where like it has to be like a fight to the death. If you overcome the situation, then you'll escape or the dragon runs or something like that. That's fine as well.
Okay. I mean, this thing's pretty tough. It's got me in its mouth. KFG's back's against the wall. Yeah, fuck it. We're just fuck it. All the scenarios line up. Let's go. KFG turns into a monstrous fucking honey badger inside this thing's mouth.
What?
Yeah.
I have beast transformation moon shape. Oh yeah.
As you can, yeah.
Oh, I forgot to set up the auto triggers for you.
To my might pool.
I forgot I was going to set up the tags for you so it would do it automatically, but then my computer exploded. So I didn't do it.
That's okay.
But yeah, you're a giant ass fucking honey badger in its mouth. Okay. It's a little surprised, not going to lie.
That's technically my action, but can I smack him?
If you do a player intrusion and explain to me why that would happen.
Okay, yeah. I will spend XP. He's got KFG in his mouth, but he just turned into a much larger, bigger animal and like ripped some of this guy's mouth, like, you know what I mean? As its mouth is expanding with KFG, like just the force of him expanding hurts it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So you're just like explosively like, I'm a honey badger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. So you go ahead. You honey badger him up.
I'm going to spend effort on this.
All right. Plus 2 to your might edge. So yeah, you can go ahead and like manually adjust it or calculate it or however you want for now. Hopefully by next week we'll have your honey badger form tags up and running.
I'm gonna go effort. No, I gotta go effort for easing.
You want to go effort for easing? Yes, you do.
So 12 difficulty is what I beat. See, if I didn't, I would have hit a 10, and then I could have had 6 more damage.
Now, normally in Cypher, you can't do more than a +6. However, because I have introduced power shifts and you guys are beefy, that's when you're allowed to go a little bit higher. So +7. So I'm just letting you know, guys know for future campaigns, +6 is normally the max, but because I've introduced power shifts, you're kind of in superhero territory. So the +7 is allowed. So you did hit a fucking 12. 13 damage. Jesus.
KFG's just like, he's like, time for phase 2, motherfucker. And he just turns into a honey badger in this thing's mouth. Like,
I know you didn't roll effect or anything like that, but you turned into a giant honey badger and did a shit ton of damage to the dragon that was not expecting it. I'm going to say he lets you go.
Thank you.
I cannot see him holding on to dear life on that. Like, if you suddenly or hugging a honey, like something and it turned into a honey badger and clawed the shit out of you, you'd let go. So yeah.
Awesome. Can Bruno shoot a key blast at this thing? Or maybe Bruno can do something. I think he has a skill. Oh, he has the skill of not giving a fuck. Can I somehow apply that to the situation?
That's going to take some convincing. How would not giving a fuck help this situation?
Bruno's the dragon's ego.
Yeah. Like, the dragon flies up, everybody's scared, and then just out of note, there's just like a random chill honey badger, like just in a boat, like just flips him off, not even paying attention, just looks away. The dragon's hurt. Everybody should be scared of this thing. Somebody turned into a giant honey badger inside of its mouth to recover, and this honey badger's like, I'm gonna take a nap, bro.
The other honey badger just like casually flips him off and like just lays down in the canoe. Like, her bruises his ego. I will give it. All right, you have convinced me to allow an anthropomorphic honey badger to not give a fuck so hard it hurts a dragon. Let's go.
Yes.
It is base of 4 damage because he's trained.
Oh, nice.
Games are weird.
I love it.
Helps him very
much.
much.
Do I still have my edge buff from earlier that RWC gave me, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that lasted like 15 hours or something like that, wasn't it?
No, it lasts an hour. Hold on.
Oh, if it's
I saved it.
A 9.
In spite of the fact that I told you all to write it down.
I wrote down that I have an extra buff. I didn't write down the duration. I think it was an hour.
Hold on a second.
Okay, you've been here longer than an hour. It's like 20 minutes per, or half an hour per.
Sorry, the one I did on you was adds 1 to intellect edge for 1 hour.
Okay, so you don't have that extra edge anymore. That one's gone now. That was for the.
So we'll spend that 1 edge.
Encounters. Yeah, it's called fantasy for a reason.
So I got a minor effect on Bruno's not giving a fuck. He didn't give a fuck so hard, he got a minor effect off of it.
Yeah. I'd be willing to add a couple extra points of damage.
Yeah. Sure. I'll take that.
So instead of 4, it'll do like 6.
Okay.
There's a 50% increase. Not bad for a minor effect.
The minor effect is
so hard. He did 6 points of damage to the situation.
The minor effect is the dragon got his feelings hurt.
that was the entire action. He's just like his ego gets bruised because there's the honey badgerisms. Okay, all right, I like it. Let's go. Dragon gets to go. Oofta. Okay, Dragon not too happy about this situation. He's got to give one more go, right? He's got to do one more awesome shit. He's not just gonna leave this be. Dragon kind of like backs up a little bit, and you see him like his chest swell as he goes, and then there is the exhale of the as this.
He doesn't foil danger.
I hate you.
I'm going to foil danger with an energy boost, so it costs me nothing. And I'm immediately going to go nope, and I'm going to close my hands, and his mouth is going to close when he tries to blow the fire.
Oh my god! Fucking foil danger. Yeah, because you just cancel entirely. Not just you negate one source. Related to one creature or object. He's the one creature.
Yeah, and it even says Dragon's Fiery Breath in the description.
Fuck off. So yeah, what did you do? You like magically closed his mouth?
Yeah, he's like in the air, and I watched like his chest like puff up, and like as I see the fire start to like brim in his throat, and he's about to release it, I'm like nope, and I like close my hands, and like this like invisible force. We'll say that in my eyes, I can see like two tentacles just like rise out of the ground and just like snap his mouth shut, but everybody else just sees it as like me going nope and just closing my hands, and his like mouth just snaps shut.
I would like to propose an intrusion.
I refuse. Oh wait, I don't have an experience. I have to take it. Give the other one. Give the other one to KFG, please.
Well, you give.
Yeah.
I refuse. He's like, oh wait.
Oh fuck. Okay. All right. So you did it. Like I will never use an intrusion to cancel someone's action. That's a dick move. That's stupid. That's bad GM. So like you did it. Like you canceled. Like the breath weapon didn't happen. And so what happens is you slam his mouth shut, and you see the dragon swell like a red hot balloon for a second and explode. I would like a speed defense from both of you to get out of the way of the exploding dragon shrapnel.
Oh, that's fucking funny. Yeah, okay.
I'm here for it. Wait.
So the breath weapon didn't happen, but a different source of damage possibly happened.
Beats difficulty 1.
No.
Can I use my countermeasures ability? The second option on it says I can use it as a defense action to cancel an incoming ability targeted at you. Can I cancel the explosion somehow?
It's not an ability, it's an environmental hazard.
Oh. Okay.
The dragon does not have an explodey ability.
Okay,
this was not the dragon's plan.
He's not Chaozu.
He was not expecting to like have to internalize this fire.
I ain't even mad. Fuck a dragon.
All right, KFG.
Oh, that's good.
You're actually only going to take 1 point of fire damage. It's not lowered by your armor.
Okay.
And Royale with cheese, you're going to take 7.
Might?
Might. Yeah, to your might pool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And with that, you have defeated the dragon encounter. You actually defeated the dragon by exploding it with its own fire.
It just sounds like something we would do, you know?
Fucking love Cypher. The weirdest shit happens. It's so good. It's so good.
That foil danger has fucking paid off in spades.
Yeah.
Are there any
fighting, like,
parts
one
of
big
the
thing.
dragon that are still around? I need to consume them.
Also, you can find like a couple of bits here and there. Like most of it just like flew off into the like pools of lava. But there's like a couple of bits. Like you pull it off yourself. It's like pre-cooked.
Nice.
Some pre-cooked dragon bits. But with
now
that,
I have
you
to
were
make
able
an
to
action to come back.
Yeah, you're able to get back to the canoe. You're able to catch up with them. Emmett, you can like sort of rest easy as you like the others are like they like catch up. Like one of them like running beside you on the little like glowing platforms it creates. The other one actually flying before like reconnecting with the canoe. And Emmett, you're able to like guide them out successfully of where you are, thanks to the help of like Tank and Gluckster also helping to like guide the canoe. Meanwhile, of course, you've got Bruno just like giving no fucks in the back so hard. And you're able to get out of the area having defeated the dragon. That is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Because kind of hard to top that one for the night. Jesus. Wow. I am going to say you didn't make a ton of discoveries tonight, but there was some really good RP. You guys are going to walk away with 2 experience apiece.
Cool.
Because as always, you guys always impress me with your role playing, your RP, the RP.
Oh,
and you did make like 1 or 2 small discoveries, so I'll add it up as like another one. So that you'll get the 2 in total. Okay.
Sorry, I blue spelled your dragon.
Blue spelled.
Blue spelled the dragon.
Oh my gosh, this group. So I think that's it for tonight. Does anyone else have anything they want to announce, say, anything like that? I don't think
Good to
so.
be back.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
back.
I got some books coming out
Hell
soon.
yeah.
Dungeon Slug will be going into active testing very soon, actually. Oris, I'm hoping we start seeing this year, but we'll see. That one's going to be a longer project. But Dungeon Slug should be in active testing this very, very, very soon. So we'll give that a try.
Dungeon Slug.
So, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, and have a good one, eh?